Hi, I'm Angus, the owner of Tiny Towing Solutions. I was a digger driver and truck driver, and I've always driven equipment my whole life, and I do like the off-road racing, four-wheel driving. So I actually brought a little tow truck to move my off-roader around the country, and we started moving a few bits and pieces for friends. That was when I left my full-time job and went out under Matamata Piako Towing, and we went all around New Zealand just moving boats, caravans, broken down stuff, whatever people wanted to pay, we moved. Going back to 2021, I purchased a tiny house from the South Island to put on the property to live in, and we booked another company in to move it because it was sort of a bit above our pay grade. Come time to move that tiny house, and the company we booked in actually let us down and pulled out last second. So we shopped all around and there was just no other options. At that stage I'd never towed a semi-trailer or never moved an over-height load or over-width load. So yeah, I was sort of a bit of a Shelby ride attitude, and how hard can it be? We brought the house back from Nelson back to the Waikato. I posted a few photos on our page of what I'd done and stuff. We got a lot of inquiries asking if we could help out doing it. Yeah, one thing led to another, and then we ended up building our first custom trailer designed for tiny houses to sort of step into that market. My background, as I say, is four-wheel driving and winching and off-road and that, so I love the difficult stuff. I love doing the stuff that people say no one else can do. So we started off as a ute and trailer, and then when we moved into the tiny towing, we started with a American ute towing a custom-built trailer. But our main issue with that was we were always constantly pushing the limit. That was why we stepped into the trucks, because we go from being able to be like 14 tonne to being able to be 40 tonnes, and at that stage we were employing staff. You know, you have to be right when you have staff. You can't be sending people around New Zealand on a maybe. And we got the four-wheel drive Iveco. In the last year and a half maybe, a lot of the buildings have started moving to consented. So that was where we went for the HMF, the 9520, because we can lift 17.5 tonne at the side of the truck and then lift the building out around onto the piles. The amount of jobs we go to that they do excavation on is every job, and it's very, very common we get there and the person that's done the excavation doesn't understand what the transport company needs. So yeah, we decided that we would offer the service of actually doing the earthworks in the driveways so that they're done right the first time. At present, the services we offer are the transport side of the company. That's just our semis moving stuff around the country. Then we have the HIAB side, which is, you know, the lifting onto piles and concrete blocks and anything that needs to be lifted, we can generally handle that. Then we have the piloting side of the company. We have 3 pilot vehicles set up which pilot all of our houses all around New Zealand. And then we have the earthwork side of the company, which is doing all the groundworks for the house before we bring it to site. I see the market's going towards a lot more consented and piles and potentially this new granny flat rule. So that's why we put the big HIAB on the road, is to tap into that market as it comes on. There's just a massive shortage of housing all over New Zealand. I think the tiny house industry will just keep getting bigger and bigger, and we will just follow it. So if you're looking to have a tiny house move now or in the future, give us a call and we can talk you through the process of what's required and get the ball rolling.